For that, we have a plan and a building which we covered to yesterday's class. Okay, is there any confusion or a doubt in yesterday's class? If you have any doubt, you can ask.
No, sir.
Yeah.
So can you tell me how to connect the nodes, like thing you use to connect it along Y and X, sorry, X and Z?
Okay. Go to geometry. First, select all the
Yeah.
nodes from node cursor. Okay, just take node cursor. Select all
Okay.
the nodes. Go to geometry. Connect beam along over here, x-axis
Oh,
and
all right.
z-axis. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any other?
Niteshji, I have a question. I have a doubt.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you started? Have you started that course, masterclass course? Have you started,
Yes, sir. It
or
is
it will be
already
started?
started. It is started, sir.
Oh, oh.
We have
Actually, I had the information that from 9th onwards it will be started.
no, sir. In 9th onwards, there will be next class. Okay. We will starting the next course.
Oh, next group.
Yes.
Acha, acha. Okay, so I feel I will send the amount to tomorrow or today. Then I
Okay.
can join in that group. I can join.
Yes, sir. You can continue from the present training, and you can go in. You can also join the next training also. Okay.
Oh, I can join here also because last 2 to 3 classes I have not joined. I am not. I don't have any time, so I am
Okay,
not
sir. No problem.
joined that.
I'll provide you all the recording of the sessions.
Okay.
Please have a look of recording. If you have any doubt in a recording, you can ask in a live
Okay.
session.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So we are talking about the dead load, and your homework was just read. I told you to read 875 part 1 and part 2. Have you read it? All the members who, who joined yesterday. Have you read the 875 part 1 and part 2 for the calculation of dead load and live load? Just tell me yes or no. Yes, Satish, good. I'll just show you. The 875 part 1 code is visible to all now. This is our code of practice for design load other than earthquake for building and structure. Part 1 dead load covers a unit weight of building material. Means in this code, a particular 875 part 1, you will get all the unit weights of the materials like brick, concrete, steel sheets, steel, and all other material, all types of building material. You will get a unique weight of that particular material and a stored material also. If you are storing a material in your room or there may be silos or bunkers. If you are storing some material over there, you will get a unit weight of that material also, like wheat, coal, cement, sand, whichever material you are storing, you will get a unit weight of that material, and you will get a unit weight of all the building materials in this code. What we need to do, just have a look over it. There is a unit weight of acoustic material, aggregates, aggregate, fine aggregate, coarse aggregate, organics, then asbestos, bitumen, blocks, boards, bricks, all the material, all the concrete and steel material, all the fiber materials, glass material, lime, masonry bricks, stone, you will get a unit weight of all the material. And what is weight? Weight is equal to volume multiplied by unit weight. If you have any volume, like it's a mobile, and if you know the volume of the mobile and you know the unit weight of that particular material by which mobile is made, okay, then you can multiply both the data, unit weight multiplied by volume of the particular thing, then you will get a weight of that material or weight of that particular member. So what we need to calculate the volume of the all walls. We know the thickness of the wall, we know height of the wall, we know length of the wall. We need to calculate the volume of the wall and multiply it with the help with unit weight of the particular brick by which we are going to construct that particular wall. So what about it? Just go to brick masonry brick, page number 10, and look a unit weight of it. Go to the page number 10, 17. It's a page number 10. Brick masonry, common burnt clay bricks. It's a unit weight in kilonewton, weight per unit mass. Kilonewton, okay? Kilonewton per meter cube. The unit will be kilonewton per meter cube. Common burnt clay brick unit weight is 18.85 kilonewton per meter cube. What are the engineering bricks? 23.55 kilonewton per meter cube. Glazed bricks, pre-stressed bricks, pressed bricks. You will get all the masonry, stone also, cast, dry rubber, granite, ashlar, and all other stones. So we need a common burnt clay brick for our calculation. I just assume we are constructing a building and a wall of common burnt clay brick. So I'm just taking its unit weight 18.85 kilonewton per meter cube, right? Like that you can see all the unit weight of the materials in this particular code. Please download it from Google and read it once, okay? You will get all the unit weight of the materials. Now look at this. For the dead load calculation, I just assume thickness of the outer wall 0.23 meter. Or we can take a 0.2 meter also, okay? I just remove 3 over here. 0.2 meter or 200 mm. Thickness of the inner wall 0.1 meter or 100 mm. Height of the wall I am taking 3.2 meters, right? Or a 3200 mm. Height of the partition, height of the parapet wall, partition wall and outer wall and inner wall height is same, okay? Because the building height is same everywhere. So we will take a outer wall height and inner wall height same, which is 3200 mm or a 3.2 meters. Height of the parapet wall is present at the top of the building, okay? So I'm taking the height of the parapet wall is 1 meter. Length of the wall, calculate for 1 meter length. We will calculate the weight for 1 meter length of the wall and apply it as UDL, uniformly distributed load. Like you have a 5 meter length wall, so you need not to calculate a weight of 5 meter length wall. Just calculate for 1 meter segment and apply it throughout the length of the particular beam, okay? So what about the weight of the outer wall? To calculate weight of the outer wall, just you need to calculate the volume of that particular wall. Suppose I am taking 0.2 meters as the width of the wall, height I am taking 3.2 meter and length I am taking 1 meter because I want to calculate a weight for 1 meter segment, okay? So length I am taking for volume calculation, multiply length with thickness and height. Length I am taking 1 meter, thickness I am taking 0.2 or 0.23, just remove 3, I am taking 0.2. For height, I am taking 3.2. And what about the unit weight? We got from the IS code 875 part 1, 18.85 kilonewton per meter cube, okay? Just multiply all the parameters, you will get a 14 kilonewton per meter or around it, like 13.8 something, okay? We just round off it at 14 kilonewton per meter. If you get 13.5, 13.8, just apply it, okay? Or you can take a value 14 kilonewton, just round off it, right? For the weight of the inner wall, just calculate volume of the inner wall, multiply it with the unit weight of brick. Multiply the length as 1 meter, thickness 0.1 meter, height is 3.2 meters same, and the unit weight 18.85. Just multiply all the parameters, you will get a 6 or around it, 6 or 7, okay, in between the 6 and 7 kilonewton per meter. Just calculate it. What about the parapet wall? Same, just calculate the volume and multiply it with the unit weight of the particular brick. What about the volume, length, thickness and height? Just multiply all these three things and multiply it with the unit weight of the brick. I am taking length as 1 meter, thickness is 0.1 meter, and height is also 1 meter for parapet wall, which is present at the top of the building, okay? And unit weight of brick is same, 18.85 kilonewton per meter cube. Just multiply all these things, you will get 1.885 kilonewton per meter. You can apply 2 kilonewton per meter also. Just round off it. Okay. So we got all the dead loads. For beam, column and slab, software will calculate. We need not to calculate, okay? If you are doing a manual calculations, then only you have to know about the unit weight of concrete. For RCC, we are taking 25 kilonewton per meter cube. You will also get in this code also. Just go to the content and find out where is the unit weight of concrete. Cement plaster, cement mortar, cement concrete pipe, cement concrete reinforced. Okay, in page number 8 you will find out the unit weight of cement concrete reinforced. Okay, we are taking 25 kilonewton per meter cube, and you can calculate the volume of the particular beam, volume of the column, volume of the slab, and multiply with the unit weight of the concrete, reinforced concrete. Okay, just 25 kilonewton per meter cube. But in StatPro we need not to calculate it, because software will take automatically the unit weight and it will multiply with the properties which we applied in a software. So we need to calculate the dead load for only walls. For beam, column and slab, software will calculate automatic. Okay, so we just calculated for outer wall, for inner walls, and for parapet wall. Now how can we apply this load? If you have any doubt in calculations, you can ask. Any doubt to any member? No doubt? Good, Satish. So go to the StatPro now. This building, we have created all the geometry of the building yesterday. We applied a property, slab thickness, beam properties and a column properties to the particular structure. We applied all the supports as a fixed support. Now go to load and definition, load case details, add. In this, just select a loading type will be dead. Select the loading type as dead load and provide a title. I am applying dead load, so I just provide a title as dead load. Add and close. Select that particular case and go to add. Then in self weight, just select a self weight. Direction will be Y direction, because all the self weight will apply in a vertical direction, and in software we take vertical direction as a Y direction, and just multiply it with the -1 factor. All the loads are acting in downward direction, so we multiply it with the minus sign. Okay, -1 we take it. Add. Now go to member load, because I want to apply a weight of all the walls in a beam. So I have to take member load and a uniform force. Wall is present throughout the length of the beam, so it is a uniformly distributed load over the beam. Just go to W1 and provide -14 for outer wall, -14 kilonewton per meter. Add -6 kilonewton or -7 I am taking for inner wall, and -2 I am taking for the weight of parapet wall, which we have calculated from this data. Okay, 14, it is 6 point something, so I am taking 7, and it is 1.885, so I am taking 2. select a sulfate, and we want to calculate sulfate of the whole structure. So I'm taking a method of assignment as assign to view. When you choose the method assign to view, this particular property will apply throughout the structure, in a whole structure. Okay, just go to assign to view, click on assign, and yes, now this property is assigned in a whole structure. What about the next property, 14 kilonewton per meter? And we need to apply this particular load in the outer beams because it's the weight of outer wall, right? Just select that load, go to front view. When we are in front view, look at this. Is there any wall in the top floor? No, there is no wall above this beam. Okay, so we are not applying this load at the top floor. Just select the bottom floors, hold control button and drag window like that. Okay, now go to view and selected object only. Okay, now go to top view because it is not identify, we cannot identify the outer beams and inner beams, okay, in this picture also. So for that, just go to top view. Now it is visible. These are the outer beams and all these are the inner beams. So I just want to apply a 14 kilonewton per meter load at outer walls. Hold the control button and scroll mouse and select all the outer beams. Okay, I just selected the outer beams. Now take a method as assign to selected beam because we just want to apply this property in a selected beam. So just select a method as assign to selected beam, assign, and yes. Now go to next property, which is for inner walls or inner beams, and select all the inner beams. Now please make sure outer beams are deselected. Okay, only inner beams are selected. Assign to selected beam method, then click on assign and yes. From this icon you can get whole structure. Just click on the icon and you are in a whole structure is visible to you. What about the next load? We just want to apply it in a top floor. Go to front view, select the top floor, again go to view and view selected object only. Go to top view, select that load and select all the outer beams because parapet wall is also present at the outer face of the building. Method is assign to selected beams, assign and yes. Again go to whole structure. Now we have applied all the sulfate to the structure, outer wall weight, inner wall weight and a parapet wall weight. Almost all dead load we have applied. Now it's time to apply live load. Which code we use for the live load? IS 875 part 2. Okay, we use IS 875 part 2 for the calculation of live load. It's IS 875 part 2, code of practice for the design load other than earthquake for building and structure for imposed loads. Okay, what we will get in this code? We will get a live load in the form of kilonewton per meter square. Live load is always act on a particular area. Okay, and what is the unit of area? Meter square. So we need to apply the live load in a area in the form of kilonewton per meter square. Okay, and it is also depend on the type of building or a purpose of your building. If the building is in residential, we use the building as residential building, so load will different. If it is a commercial building, load will different. If it is an office building, load will different. Okay, in a residential building, if the purpose of the room will change, then also the load will change. Like all rooms and kitchen, we need to apply a load of 2 kilonewton per meter square. Toilet and bathroom, we need to apply 2 kilonewton per meter square. Corridor, passage, staircase, including fire escapes and storeroom, we need to apply 3 kilonewton per meter square. All the balconies, we need to apply 3 kilonewton per meter square. Like that, if you are designing a hotel, so living room, bedroom, and a dormitory is 2 kilonewton per meter square. Kitchen and laundry is 3 kilonewton per meter square. Billiard room and a public room, if you are designing, 3 kilonewton per meter square. Storeroom of a hotel is 5 kilonewton per meter square. You need to apply a load of 5 kilonewton per meter square. Dining room, cafeteria, and a restaurant of a hotel, 4 kilonewton per meter square. So what you learn, if the purpose of the room or a building will change, the load will change according to it, and we have to take from the particular IS 875 part 2. Go to garage, educational building, institutional building, assembly buildings, okay, banking hall, business computing machine and a machine room, and all other buildings, industrial building. So you can see the load, live load for all the buildings in this particular code. Okay. Now suppose we are designing a residential building and there are so many rooms. Like we have, okay, it's a plan of educational building. Okay. So we have a classroom, toilet, office, staff sitting, gallery, and a classroom. So we need to apply a 3 kilonewton per meter square load in a classroom. In gallery, we need to apply 2 kilonewton per meter square load. In toilet, we need to apply 2 kilonewton per meter square. In office, we need to apply 2.5 kilonewton per meter square. In staff room, also 2.5 kilonewton per meter square, like that. Okay. If it is a residential building, and I just assume it's a bedroom, it is also a bedroom. It's your living area, it's your kitchen, gallery, and somehow your toilet, you have a toilet. Okay, so you need to apply a bedroom load in this particular area. A living room area, you need to apply a load of living room. In kitchen, you need to apply a load of kitchen. In gallery, you will need to apply a load of gallery. In toilet, you need to apply a load of toilet, like that. How can we apply this load in StatPro? There is two methods. We can just calculate the average of the all load and apply. It's the easy and first method. Okay, we just need to calculate the average of the all loads and apply it throughout the height of the building and throughout the floor area. It's the first. Today we will do this only. Okay, we will just calculate the average of the all load and apply it throughout the height of building and throughout the floor. In next class, I'll just tell you how we can apply the load in particular areas. Like if it is in bedroom, we will apply the same load in this congested area of the bedroom only. We will apply a load of living room at that area only. If it is a storeroom, there is a storeroom, I just apply a load of a storeroom in that area only. We will do in the next class. For this class, just we will calculate all the average of the load and apply it throughout the floor and throughout the height of building. If the purpose of your building will change, like we have a building of 10 floors and 5 floors we are using as a commercial. After 5 floor, from 6 to 10, we are using as a residential. Then only also the live load will change. In first 5 floor, we need to apply a live load of commercial building. In the next 5 floor, we need to apply a live load of residential building, like that. Okay. For this particular building, I just assume it's a residential building and we are applying an average load throughout the floor. Just go to load case detail, add, select a loading type as live load. Title will be live load. Go to add and close. Then again go to the live load, add, and you have to choose a floor load from here. Just go to floor load. We just want to apply a live load over the floor. Okay, just go to floor load, In floor load, provide pressure. What is the average pressure? Like 2.5 kilonewton per meter square. We have calculated from IS code. Just take all the loads of residential building and multiply it. Add all the loads and divide it with the numbers. Okay, just calculate average, simple average. Provide pressure and then define y range. Y is the height of building, so I am taking minimum range as 0 and a maximum range as the height of building. Minimum this, and I just want to apply throughout the height of building. So we need to provide a total height up to this floor, 12 meter. Okay, just take node cursor and double click over the top of the building. You will get a height of building as 12 meter or whatever it is. At the bottom it is in 0 in y. Okay, so I just provide a range in y direction from 0 to maximum 12. Add and close. What is, we need to provide a pressure in minus. Okay, if you provided a plus by mistake, just go to edit and edit it and provide in minus direction from downward. Okay, so we just applied all the dead loads and live load. Now what is next? We need to create a combination. Load case details, add, go to auto load combination, take a Indian code and click on generate loads. All the combinations are generated. Go to add. Okay, in combination we have applied a dead load and live load at a time and multiplied with a factor of 1.2, 1.5 and so on. Now you can analyze this structure. Go to analyze oblique print, add, close. In menu bar, go to analysis, analyze and run analysis. Save. Analysis is done. Error must be 0. Okay, if there is 1 or 2 error or any other error, you can't go further process, like for post processing mode. So error must be 0. Warnings, you can ignore the warning but try to make it 0. Go to post processing mode and done. In the post processing you can see all the results like displacement. In this table you will find out all the displacement due to dead load, live load, generate load. Okay, if you just select the particular beam, if I am selecting that beam, it will highlight in the table and you can see the values. Go to reaction and you will find out all the support reaction. You can follow this table for the support reaction. Okay, go to beam and you will find out all the bending moment diagram. And for values, you can refer this table. In MZ, you will find out bending moment. In FY, you will find out all the shear force. In FX, you will find out all the axial forces. Okay. If you have any doubt in a load calculation and how we can apply the load, any doubt, just type or you can ask, write down in a chat box. Okay. Satish, no doubt. Any other member? Nigel, Richard?
Sir, for live load alone, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, for live load alone, you applied a pressure as minus 2.5 now, sir.
Yes.
That one is for whole structure. You
Yeah, I applied for
you add on whole for the residential building and apply like that.
Yeah, I just applied as an average load. Okay, for all the rooms.
Oh,
like if there is a 2 kilonewton, 3 kilonewton, 2.5 kilonewton in different rooms, I just add that particular thing and divide it with the numbers. It's the average.
Okay, okay,
Okay. And I
okay, sir.
apply it throughout the.
Otherwise, we need to apply for separate rooms
Yeah,
and.
yeah. We will do that. We will do that in next class.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay. It will take some time because we are applying a load in each and every rooms. So it will take time. Okay. So we'll do in a separate
Okay,
class.
sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
When we apply plate load, we can apply a live load as a plate load also. But for live load, I just prefer floor load. If you are designing a like a water tanks, you can apply a plate load in all the face and bottom top. In water tank, we use a plate load normally. Okay, guys. Any doubt to any other member?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So just try it once, okay? For whole process, just do a practice of whole process. Create a model, apply property, support, apply all the loads, dead load and live load, create combination, analyze it, and see the results also. Just try to understand these results. Try to read all the columns of like fx, fy, mz, and try to make a table. Try to make a report over it. Okay. What are the maximum movement at the base of the building? What are the maximum movement at the top of the building? All these things. Now in concrete building, we can't apply a pin joint. Okay. Sorry. Okay, shall I end the class? If there is no doubt.
Okay, sir. Okay.
If you have any doubt after the class, you can mail me, okay? Thank you guys. Thanks for joining. Good night to all.
Good night.